Hello, welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Tuesday, February 6, 2024. We go to Senegal, where protests continue from the election postponement. This weekend, Senegalese President Macky Sall announced that the presidential elections scheduled for February 25th would be postponed indefinitely. In a speech to the nation, Sall said that he signed a decree abolishing the previous law that set the date for elections. It's the first time in the country that an election has been postponed. A November 2023 decree signed by Sall fixed the election for February 25th, with 20 candidates in the running, but without two major opposition figures. Macky Sall had repeatedly said that he would hand over power to the winner of the vote. Last weekend, after announcing that he would not run for a third term as president, Sall designated a prime minister, Amadou Ba, from his party. The Constitutional Council has excluded dozens of candidates from the vote, including Ousmane Sonko and Karim Wade, the son of former President Abdoulaye Wade. Police and protesters have taken to the streets in the capital demanding accountability. The country has also disconnected the internet in an attempt to avoid protest mobilization via social media. Last weekend, lawmakers passed a bill to extend the President Macky Sall's time in office and delay elections after he called off a planned election with just 3 weeks to go. The opposition say some of their members were forcibly removed from the parliament building by police in order to stop them from voting against the bill. Khalifa Sall, a leading opponent and former mayor of the capital, Dakar, called the delay a constitutional coup and urged people to protest against it. His coalition has vowed to go to court. President Macky Sall reiterated that he was not planning to run for office again, but his critics accuse him of either trying to cling on to power or unfairly influence whoever succeeds him. After the announcement of the election postponement, protesters marched across the capital to call for a reversal, and at least 150 people have been arrested in the past 2 days. West Africa's regional bloc known as ECOWAS on Tuesday pleaded for Senegal's politicians to take urgent steps to restore the original election date set for February 25th. Senegal has long been seen as one of the most stable democracies in West Africa. It is the only country in the mainland of West Africa that has never had a military coup. And tensions have been rising for more than 2 years following what the opposition say was a deliberate attempt to exclude them from the election by having their candidates charged with crimes that they have not committed. Those in Senegal. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know on if you're one of the protesters and you want your information sealed and hidden and you want to get a video chat with us, we can make that happen. Please reach on out to us in the description box below. Let's go to Namibia, where the new president has called for a mourning period. New Namibian President Nangolo Mumba has officially declared a national mourning period starting from February 5th all the way until the late president's funeral. This was announced on Sunday by the Minister of Information and Communication, who said that all national flags should be flown at half-mast during this period. The burial date for the late president has yet to be announced. Jingob, who was Namibia's third president, died in Windhoek on Sunday. Those in Namibia, let us know on how you're mourning. Also, on behalf of Kush News, our condolences go out to you guys. Rest in peace. Let's go to Ethiopia, where the prime minister attempts to make peace with Somalia. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has said that his country does not wish any harm on neighboring Somalia. His comments come after Somalia accused Ethiopia of trying to annex part of its territory to gain sea access. Last month, Ethiopia struck a controversial deal with the breakaway Republic of Somaliland. Somaliland, which Somalia sees as part of its territory, agreed to lease a stretch of the coastline to Ethiopia. Somalia described the agreement as an act of aggression, and Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud called on youth to prepare for the defense of our country, quote unquote. He also said that he would only talk to Ethiopia if the deal was withdrawn. Protests against the deal have also been held in Somalia's capital of Mogadishu, with tens of thousands of people turning up to express their dissatisfaction. Meanwhile, diplomats have tried to calm tensions and said that Somalia's sovereignty over all of its territory needs to be recognized. Prime Minister of Ethiopia Abiy Ahmed had previously described sea access as an existential issue for Ethiopia. On January 1st, he signed a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland's president. A memorandum of understanding is a statement of intent rather than a legally binding agreement. As part of the deal, Somaliland said that it would be ready to grant Ethiopia access to the sea for commercial boats. In return, Somaliland said that Ethiopia would recognize its independence. Somaliland, a former British protectorate, declared itself independent from Somalia back in 1991 and has all the trappings of a country, including a working political system, regular elections, a police force, and its own currency. Its independence, though, has not been recognized by any country. Those in Ethiopia, let us know on your sentiments towards the Prime Minister's gesture of peace. Let us know if you feel that this will be received well in your guys' neighboring country of Somalia. Let's go to Angola, where they are set to hold a space conference. The capital of Angola, Luanda, will host a space conference. From April 2nd to April 5th, the conference is titled New Space in Africa 2024. This is an initiative of the African Union. The event will take place under the motto, The Role of Space in Reducing Poverty in Africa. According to the Angolan government, the aim of the summit is to work with the African Union so that the space industry contributes to the sustainable development goals of Angola and Africa as a whole. The event is a high-level gathering of African space and satellite industry leaders. Those in Angola, wow, that's pretty amazing. You guys are about to have a space conference. Let us know if there are any Angolans that are in the engineering or space technology sector, or those students that are in those study programs and you're looking to maybe branch forward into space technology and everything space related. That is pretty amazing. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. We go to Grenada, where they are set to celebrate 50 years of independence. Tomorrow, February 7th, the Caribbean nation of Grenada will be turning 50. And this is a big deal, and it will celebrate its independence. The national colors of Grenada are red, gold, and green, and prior to the big celebrations for Independence Day, Grenadians participate in National Colors Day, where citizens themselves dress in the nation's colors all across the country. In addition to the 50th anniversary independence celebrations, Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell had revealed that a new currency note or notes will be in circulation later this year, showing images of former Prime Ministers Eric Gary, Maurice Bishop, and Olympic 400-meter champion Kirani James. The new currency notes will be legal to use in other Caribbean countries such as Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which all make up the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Many activities and events will be happening tomorrow in celebrations of the historic milestone. An Independence Day parade will start at 2 p.m. in the capital that will lead people to the National Stadium. After 7:30 p.m., there will be a display of over 500 drones in the sky and fireworks, creating a magical spectacle of motion lights forming in many iconic Grenadian persons, places, and items in the sky. Those in Grenada, wow, you guys got a day for tomorrow, man. I wish I was there. On behalf of Kush News, congratulations to 50 years of independence, to Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell. Wow, what an event, or list of events set for tomorrow. That's pretty big. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere.
And I represent Africa. All my Africans in the building, where you at? This is fucking goals.
Chris, repeat after me. Now this is just freestyle, by the way, guys.
The lion, the conqueror, the champion is here. Congratulations to Christine and Tyra. DJ, let's keep this shit going.
For birthdays, baby showers, weddings, visit www.mccadero.com, the official website of the #1 MC in the game. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from Congo. What's going on, Congo? I see that you guys have a big match set tomorrow against, I believe, quote me if I'm right, I believe it's against Ivory Coast. I should know this. And I believe it's against Ivory Coast. So I can't tell you who I'm cheering for, but it's going to be an exciting event tomorrow because Nigeria and also South Africa set to play. Yes, that's right. And it reads, "You do not teach the paths of the forest to an old gorilla." Once again, you do not teach the paths of the forest to an old gorilla. Congolese proverb. Wepa!
Wepa! Ça c'est la techno soukous. Ah oui, Lolongomba, le propriétaire de tous les dossiers.
Yeah. So I'd say this is a message to, those of us men. Let me talk to my guys. So when we get older, we feel like sometimes we can tell our dads things that they have already been through or they know. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience, but no, our fathers have already been through most of what we've been through. So how can we teach them? Does that make sense? Do you have a brain in your head, Omera? No, you cannot. You can't tell your dad or your grandfather things. They already know. Or you can't try to hide things, especially those of you that sneak out at night and try to plant decoys in your guys' bedroom to make it look like you're there, but you're not really there. You snuck out. Your fathers and grandfathers have already done those things. Or those of you that speak in African or Caribbean Creole language, you try to speak in a slang that you feel that your father or grandfathers don't know, but they also themselves developed a slang or like a Creole language of that African or Caribbean language. So they know. Come on. You can't try to fool them. What is wrong with you, Omera? Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.